Afternoon, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden, thank you for tuning in. Your friendly neighborhood naturopathic physician. That's right, physician. Spell it with a PH, baby. That's Dr. Glidden, state of Illinois. Go stick it where the sun don't shine. If you didn't tune into yesterday's show, you may be amazed to understand that the great state of Illinois is trying to fine me $5,000 for practicing medicine without a license because on my website I refer to myself as Dr. Glidden. Can you believe it? Yeah, well, that's the height of insanity, and that's what happens when monopoly sets in, because when any industry is monopolized by any one individual or organization or corporate entity or whatever, it's never a good thing. And it just becomes insanity and craziness and stupidity, right? According to the great state of Illinois, because they do not license nor regulate the practice of naturopathic medicine, even though I graduated from a fully licensed naturopathic degree-granting medical university, fully accredited by the United States government. Even though I have a license to practice naturopathic medicine and have been licensed to practice naturopathic medicine for over 20 years, because Illinois does not recognize what I do, I can't call myself a doctor. You've got to be kidding me. You want to hear some more insanity? CIA recently released its list of life expectancies around the world, and guess where the good old US of A ranks? You ready? You sitting down? Well, maybe you're thinking we're not first, right? No, yeah, maybe we're second or third or fourth. Well, yeah, I wish we're 54th. 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 54th out of, let me see, how long? 223. 54th out of 223. The average life expectancy of the United States citizen, according to 51st. According to the U.S. CIA, if you're a man, your average life expectancy at birth of men in this country is 76 years of age, and the average life expectancy of women at birth is 81. Women beat us by 5 years, and that's an interesting thing to talk about. If you've been to one of my lectures lately, you may have noticed that I choose to grow my hair long. That's right, me and Brad Pitt, we're growing our hair long. Birds of a feather, what can I say? And there's a reason why I choose to grow my hair long, and it ain't because the chicks dig it. It's because I was talking to Dick Gregory a couple of years ago at Chicago Whole Health Expo. Dick Gregory was given a lecture there, and I met him, and he was on a panel with Dr. Wallach and myself and a couple of other guys. And I got to talking to Dick. I'd never met him before. Dick Gregory, of course, is a black comedian, and he had the Bahamian diet a number of years ago. He's always been out in front of the holistic health thing his entire life, and Dick Gregory reads more than anybody I've ever met. I mean, he reads like 50-something papers a day. It's crazy how much this guy reads. And he has long hair, and you never see that in an African-American guy, you know, unless they're a Rastafarian. You just never see it, and it's rare. Even in older white guys, you know, you'll see long hair in kids, but in rock and roll stars, but you're not going to see it in just average, you know, Joe Schmoes walking down the street. But Dick Gregory had long hair, and it was curious to me, so I asked him, I said, Dick, what's the deal? And he said, well, look, I just finished reading this study. I forget who conducted the study, but it was a PhD thesis. It was a doctoral dissertation. And these guys went all over the world, and they studied the life expectancies of various and sundry cultures all over the world. And one of the conclusions that they drew was, beyond a statistical difference, right, that in countries where men and women grew their hair the same length, where men had long hair, because, you know, women have long hair all the world around. In cultures where men also grow their hair long, men and women have the same life expectancies. And in cultures where men cut their hair, men die about 5 or 6 years before women do, and that statistic is borne out by this particular CIA study. So, gents, one of the keys to longevity is long hair, so grow your hair long if you want to, not leave your wife hanging for 4 or 5 years. There, of course, are exceptions to every rule, but generally speaking, as far as I'm concerned, one of the fundamental keys to long life is, if you're a man, is long hair. So go for it, gentlemen. Let's reconstruct popular culture here. What the heck? We're reconstructing popular culture with our medical knowledge and what we do to support and promote the health of the human body in the face of a chronic illness. We're encouraging people to stop buying medical insurance policies. We're encouraging people to stop seeing MDs. We're encouraging people to become their own physician, to educate themselves about real science-based, clinically verified methods to support and promote their health. Because remember, the MDs are the leading cause of death in the United States, and since they've been driving the bus of medicine, chronic diseases are accelerating, and life expectancies are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. The United States of America, this means there are 50 countries in the world whose people live longer than we do. And, you know, even if you just discount our standing, you know, where we stand in the world, whether we're 51st or 151st, right? The fact of the matter is that the human body has the genetic potential to make it to 120 years of age, which is interesting, I think, because right there in the Old Testament it said the same thing, and man's years shall number 120. Well, how did they know that? Well, I don't know how they knew that, but they knew it, and it's not a coincidence, or maybe it's a coincidence, but it's true. Your body has the ability to make it to 120 years, and here's how we know that. Every time a cell in your body replicates itself, changes itself, you know, makes another copy of itself, which cells in your body do frequently, they lose a little bit of their genetic information. It's kind of like when you make a copy of a copy on a copy machine, it gets a little fuzzier. And then, you know, after the 20th or the 30th copy, you can't read it anymore. Well, in human beings, the same thing happens. Every time cells replicate themselves, regenerate themselves into a brand new cell, a brand new skin cell, a brand new bone cell, a brand new brain cell, a brand new heart cell, that particular cell loses a little bit of its genetic material. And that replication process hits a stone wall at 120 years of age. So that's how we know that the human body can, in fact, make it to 120 years of age, but according to the CIA, who I'm going to trust, the average life expectancy here in the United States, if you average both of age of death of men and age of death of women, the average is 78 years of age, 78. That means we are 22. No, we are 78. So 78 and 12, we're 32 years short. 32 years short of what our life expectancy can be. 32 years short. We come up 32 years short because we've listened to the MDs. So not only are the MDs ripping us off for money, but and I'm not speaking with hyperbole here. The leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States is medical bills. The leading cause of bankruptcy. The MD's therapeutics are so completely ineffective that they're unbelievably expensive. Why are they so unbelievably expensive? Because you need them over and over and over and over and over, and they go, why? Because they don't work. They just don't work. And we keep going back to them. You know, we're like monkeys with half a brain, for goodness sake. Again, I think we have Stockholm Syndrome. We've fallen in love with our captors. I think so. I can't think of any other reason why. You know, maybe it's just the whole monopoly thing, and we don't know any better, and we don't question. You know, we're just good-natured, well-intentioned people, and we think that everybody's really doing the best and that our MD has our backs, and maybe that's got something to do with it. But listen, wake up. Smell the coffee, folks. Your medical doctor is only knows what they're trained in. They don't know what's best for you. They know what they're trained in. What they're trained in is drugs and surgery all the time. And they deliver drugs and surgery all the time through a reductionistic methodology. They don't cure a darn thing. They manage everything all the time, and then you get sick and you suffer and you die, and then you need another med and another med and another med. All right, and then you die. It's unbelievable. So, we make it to 78, generally speaking, here in the United States, so that means the MDs have ripped you off for a time. They've taken, 32 years of your life away, plus they've taken all of your money away. And the last 15 years of your life aren't that pretty, are they? No hair, can't hear, can't see, 5 fused vertebrae, no gallbladder, 1 kidney, 6 inches of your colon is gone. You got 5 fake knees, you got 2 fake hips, you got fake shoulders, you got fake finger joints, you got no teeth. You're on 17 prescription medicines a day, right? And then you get Alzheimer's, the golden years, brought to you by Bus Driver MD. And I'm the quack. I'm the one that can't call myself a physician. You've got to be kidding me. War is peace, ladies and gentlemen. Constant surveillance is liberty. And 100% ineffective, expensive, dangerous, deadly medicine is the best health care in the world. Well, I don't think so, because numbers don't lie. The United States of America, arguably the richest, most powerful country in the world, has 50 other countries in the world that are ahead of it in life expectancy. Why is that? Because of the MDs. So it's got to be somebody's fault. You think Americans have bad genes? Is that why you think it is? You think it's bad genes? Well, you're stupid if you think it's bad genes. Because if it was bad genes, if it was genetic, the people with the weak genes would have been culled from the herd about 2,000 years ago. That's not how it works. It's not genetic. It's functional. It's what you eat, what you don't eat, how you attend to the day-to-day nutritional needs of your body. We don't attend to the day-to-day nutritional needs of our body because the MD has told us nutrition is irrelevant, and we bought it hook, line, and sinker. They're killing us. They're killing us. Stop giving them your money. Stop giving them your respect. And best of all, fire your MD now. Anita calling from New Jersey. Anita, thanks for calling. You are live.
Yes, Carly had trouble with her chest. Swallowing and be very painful, and I was trying to see what could I do for that.
Well, how long has that been going on?
For about 4 or 5 months.
And have you seen anybody about this?
No.
So yeah, all right. So you've had constant chest pain for 4 or 5 months?
Yes.
And it makes swallowing difficult?
Yeah, swallowing is very difficult, yes.
Yeah. And why is swallowing difficult? Because it increases the pain, or it just feels like there's a lump in your throat?
It's like a lump in my throat.
Yeah, is that right? Do you have heartburn?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah. And how old are you?
I'm 62.
Okay. Well, it's not my position, nor, quite frankly, is it my desire to attempt a diagnosis over the phone. However, here's what I have to tell you. If I've had chest pain for more than 4 months, I would go and have somebody check it out. Because one of the things that the MDs are half good at, is diagnosing problems, right? And, if this is a heartburn thing, then there's something we got to do for it. If it's a enlarged heart, there's something else we have to do for it. If it's a heart attack, there's something else that we have to do for it. So, I would go to see somebody. Go to a chiropractor first, for goodness sake. Go to a good chiropractor, bring your body to them, and see what they have to say about this. And once you get a heads up on what's causing it, give me a call back. I appreciate the call. Go get it checked out and give me a call back once you have a presumptive diagnosis. I'll hold your hand and walk you down the road. Mark is next. Mark from Marshfield, Wisconsin, calling, I think, with a question about arthritis. Mark, you are live.
Yeah, hi, Dr. Glidden. I actually set up an appointment for my mom with you about 5 months ago, and you got her on the program. And she's had arthritis, rheumatoid for 30 years, and she's having some really good results with it. But a problem she's having is she started out with the Beyonce tangerine, and that gave her diarrhea really bad. And Then we switched it to the Ultra Body Toddy and the same problem, and tried to cut back on it a little bit at a time and a half a dose a day over the whole day. Same problem with that. Went to the Tropical Plus, and the same problem with that now. And I wonder where we go from here.
Okay, well, so given the fact that she's had all this trouble, right, with diarrhea, and that's an assimilation problem, and I'll explain that in a minute. What's happened to the arthritis? Is it 10% better? Is it 90% better? I mean, what's going on with the arthritic stuff?
I don't know percentage-wise, but I know we can. There was one finger that before she started this had no problem with it, and it started to get a bump on it. And that has completely went away now, and some of the other, some of her knuckles look like golf balls, and it seems to be going down now. She went from being able to painfully get about halfway through a song on the piano, that she can play the piano for about a half an hour now with no pain at all during or afterward. Her ankle was giving her lots of problems, and that's gone. And she's had problems in her neck that hasn't happened since she started this. So,
well, that's why I love my job, Mark. Pretty great, huh?
I told her if she didn't see results in something like 4 or 5 days, you'd eat your hat. And 4 days later, she called me and said, I don't believe it.
Well, thank God, because I love that hat. All right, hang on. We're up against the hard break, Mark. You hang on the line. I'll come back on the other side of the break. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the luckiest day of your life. You've tuned in to Fire Your MD Now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and we're back halfway through the program already, but don't you worry, because starting in January, Fire Your MD Now is going to be a 2-hour program. That's right, not 1, but 2 uninterrupted hours of Dr. Glidden. Can't you just wait? Well, you're going to have to. 2 hours, we're going to go from 3 to 5 Central Time, 3 to 5 Central Time, starting in January. Now, if that isn't a good holiday present, I don't know what is. Right now, we're talking to Mark about his mother, who's had really great progress with arthritis, really great progress with arthritis. I told her that if she didn't feel better in 4 days, I'd eat my hat. I haven't eaten my hat. I'm still wearing it because life is good. I was right. When you provide the body with the fundamental raw materials that it's been missing your entire life, you're going to feel different. You're going to feel something. You have to. You don't have to be dead not to feel anything, right? And so this is how it is. This is all pragmatic, folks, and this is why this company has grown over, 300% in the last year, because it works. These therapeutics produce results, and that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. All right, now look, Mark, here's the deal. If somebody cannot tolerate Beyond Tangy Tangerine, nor Ultimate Classic, nor Tropical Plus, 3 of Longevity's liquid nutritional multiple vitamin, multiple mineral supplements, if they can't tolerate those, meaning when they drink them, they get diarrhea, there's only one thing that makes that happen. There's only one thing. It's celiac disease. Now, I'm not diagnosing celiac disease in your mother, but I'm saying I am guessing that the root cause of all of your mother's problems, I know that the root cause of all of your mother's problems is chronic lack of nutrition. Well, how do you get chronic lack of nutrition? Well, you don't supplement with nutritional supplements every day like you should, because your medical doctors tell you that it's snake oil and that it's ineffective and they're wrong and they should have their licenses revoked. But also, even if we're eating a relatively good diet, the nutrients that are in the food are going to be hard-pressed to enter into the body if we're eating wheat, barley, rye, and oats. The protein in wheat, barley, rye, and oats, gluten, damages the intestinal tract, the small intestine, and it's the small intestine that absorbs nutrients. So if your mom can't absorb the Tropical Plus or the Ultimate Classic or the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, she's got big-time trouble in the small intestinal tract, and it is 100% drop-dead, really important for your mother to be on the gluten-free diet. She has to dial that in. No more wheat, no more barley, no more rye, no more oats, not even a crouton. I didn't even want her to look at gluten. Zero tolerance for gluten, because that's what's causing this absorption problem, and that's what this is. It's not an allergic reaction to something in one of these products. It's an absorption problem. So, you know, you swallow the stuff, and it goes past your stomach and then into your small intestine. Your small intestine is supposed to suck it up into the blood, but the tissue in the small intestine that does that has been destroyed. Not all of it, or she'd be dead, but a lot of it. So the supplement slides right through the small intestinal tract. Some of it gets absorbed, but some of it doesn't. And the stuff that doesn't ends up in the colon or the large intestine, and you shouldn't have vitamins or minerals in the colon. And when you do, it creates irritation and causes diarrhea most of the time. So, you know, now we have to figure out what we're going to do as a workaround. Quite frankly, we don't have many options left. What I would recommend that you do as a substitute for the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the Tropical Plus, and the Ultimate Classic is the Anti-Aging Daily Premium Pack. The Anti-Aging Daily Premium Pack. That has a multiple vitamin in it, mineral capsule, and an essential fatty acid in a little cellophane wrapper, and you get, you know, 1 wrapper per day. The recommendation for that product to support and promote the health of the human body is 1 anti-aging daily premium pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. So use that instead. But the real deal here for your mom, Mark, and this is very important, so I'm going to say it one more time, she must be gluten-free. And once she becomes... You're already there? You're already doing that?
For 6 months, a month before we called you, because it was something that my mom was, when I was telling her about a gluten-free diet, it was like, there's no way. And I thought, okay, I got to set her up with Peter Glidden so she can hear from the doctor. And she decided to go to, so she was on the stuff for a month before you talked to her. And for that month, she was also gluten-free, and 100% for the past 6 months. I mean, she watches everything. I can guarantee you there's zero gluten in her diet.
Okay, so that's excellent. That's excellent. So what's going to happen now is, as more time goes by, right? Just like you're seeing those little arthritic nodosities, they're called, on her fingers. You know, they're getting better and better and better, like watching ice melt in the springtime, right?
Yep.
Well, the same thing's going to happen unseen in the intestinal tract. Every couple of months, her intestinal tract's going to be a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. So every couple of months, you know, after you substitute the anti-aging daily premium pack, every couple of months, give the Beyond Tangy Tangerine another try and see if she can tolerate it, because eventually she's going to be able to tolerate it again.
Or the Ultra Body or Tropical Plus, any of them?
Yeah, any of them, whatever one she likes best. You know, the cream of the crop in the longevity family is the Beyond Tangy Tangerine.
And that's the one she likes the best.
Well, then that's... Now, one thing that you can do, I don't know if you've already done this, but sometimes if you put the Beyond Tangy Tangerine powder on yogurt, full-fat, plain yogurt, mix it into the yogurt and eat the yogurt, that seems to be tolerated and doesn't cause diarrhea. So if you've never tried that, you might want to give that a run and see if...
I did tell her to do that, and I don't know if she did that or not, so I'll have to check with her on that.
Yeah, so give it a try. If even that causes diarrhea, then you're going to have to back off. But look, it's only a matter of time until, just like the fingers and the neck, the intestinal tract comes around. And so, you know, maybe by April, maybe by July, maybe by next Halloween, who knows, her intestinal tract will have healed itself so much that she can actually start to assimilate these concentrated vitamins, and that's going to be a landmark day when that happens. But really, time is your biggest friend here. Try the Beyond Tangy in the yogurt. If that doesn't work, then just fall back for a couple of months to the Ultimate Daily Premium Pack, but the anti-aging daily premium pack is what it's called. But you got to keep giving her the white liquid calcium and the glucogel and everything else, okay?
Okay. And I have one other quick question, if I could.
All right, shoot.
Okay, I know that kidney stones are caused by a lack of calcium. If you're not absorbing calcium and you supplement with calcium, could that cause kidney stones?
No.
Okay.
The only thing that causes kidney stones is massive amounts of calcium being flooded into your blood by your own body. It's kind of like if you dropped a rock on your foot and didn't ice it, the swelling that would just be a natural component of the trauma can become a runaway train, and that's why you have to ice traumatic, blunt force trauma injuries, because if you don't, the body's natural response, which is swelling, can become a runaway train and then actually cause more damage than it's really trying to fix. So the same thing happens if your body is chronically calcium deficient. It secretes a hormone from your parathyroid gland that sucks calcium out of your bones. But after a while, it sucks way too much calcium out of your bones. I mean, way too much. And it's the amount of calcium that your body is sucking from its mineral stores and flooding into your blood. And why is it doing that? Because it has a chronic calcium deficiency. So, it's the opposite of what you would think. People with kidney stones need more calcium. It's kind of counterintuitive. But
customer told me they never had a problem with kidney stones until they started taking this, and I said it's just by chance that happened because it's the lack of calcium that causes it.
Well, all right, so look, here's the deal about that. Kidney stones take months, if not years, to form. Kidney stones, all right, what will happen to people quite frequently is they'll have a kidney stone. They don't know that they've got a kidney stone. And then they take the nutritional supplements, they take the 90 for life, and they clean up their diet. Now, for the first time in their life, their body has had all the nutrients that it needs to function at optimal efficiency, and so it starts functioning at optimal efficiency, including the kidney. Now there's way more blood flow to the kidney than there's ever been, and the kidney's happier than a hog in slop. So what does the kidney do? It ejects the kidney stone. Why? Because it can. First time in its life, it's had the ability to get the heck rid of the kidney stone, so it does. That happened to my brother. My brother went on the supplements for 6 weeks. He called me up. He said, Pete, he said, that stuff you gave me a kidney stone. I said, really? What happened? He said, I just came back from the emergency room. I passed a kidney stone. I started laughing. Because it's my brother. If it wasn't my brother, I wouldn't have been laughing. But, I started laughing because it's my brother. And yeah, he got it backwards. And I think that this person that you're talking to has got it backwards too. The only time that a kidney stone is problematic is when you get rid of it, when you pass it. And that's an extremely painful process. And guess what makes your body pass it? 100% nutrification, because the body starts cleaning house. So that's probably what happened, and isn't that interesting, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Mark. Hey, listen, man, keep up the good work. You're doing a good job there in Wisconsin. I appreciate the trust. I appreciate the support. Give me a call back every couple of weeks with a report, and I will look forward to it. Kathy is up next from Kentucky, calling about Barrett syndrome. Kathy, welcome aboard. You are live.
Hi. I'm going to give you a little rundown. For 2 years, I threw up. Few times for 3 weeks at a time. And doctors kept testing me for all kinds of things. Finally, I told them, check me for celiac disease, because my nephew has it. They were determined I didn't have it. Well, when they did an EGD scope on me, found out that I do have a mild case of celiac disease, but I also have the Barrett syndrome. And the way my doctor talks is like it's really, really super bad, and I have to take this medicine. It's called pantoprazole or something like that. I can't say it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Yeah. Well, supposedly I mean, I just finally got a printout from the pharmacist. They did a whole new study on this medicine in October, and it is so bad. I mean, the way I read it, I'm going to die within a year if I take this medicine, because they said, you know, you ain't even supposed to take it, but, you know, 8 weeks, 16 weeks tops. And he's got me on a double dose, and I've been on it a month. So I feel like I've did it for 8 weeks, and I'm scared because he's telling me I'm going to die if I don't take it.
Yeah, well, he's an idiot.
If I do take it.
All right, well, there you go. And welcome to the wonderful United States of America, where black is white, inside is outside, upside is down, and completely ineffective ass-backwards medical treatment is the norm. You stick around, Kentucky. I'm going to tell you how to fix this. Talking to Kathy from Kentucky about medical insanity. Her MDs told her to take a drug, and she looked up the side effects, and it's death. And, you know, this is why the leading cause of death in the United States is MD-directed treatments, because most people don't have a Dr. Glidden or a Dr. Wallach that they can lean on for a science-based, clinically verified second opinion. They just don't. And so people are in trouble, and they're scared. And so the MDs have you over a barrel when you're scared, right? I mean, that's how they do it. So, all right, Kathy, look, we've got 5 minutes here, so I want you to grab a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper. There's a bunch of stuff I want you to write down, okay?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. So first thing first, right? I want you to call this number when we're done, 855-347.
Okay.
3696.
Okay.
And talk to the person there about the supplements that I'm about to tell you about. They'll tell you how much they cost and how to get them. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you what supplements you need to get on the other side of this in a second. I also want you to please visit my website, fireyourmdnow.com. Fireyourmdnow.com. Pretty catchy name, right?
Yeah.
All right. On the front page of my website, there's a little box on the right-hand side of the front page. It says, join my, opt-in to my free monthly newsletter. So in the opt-in to my free monthly newsletter, it's all free. It's not going to cost you a penny. Just type in your name and your email address and click the submit button. Once you hit the submit button, my system's going to send you a list, or it's going to take you to a page on my website where you can download a document called Good Food, Bad Food. Okay. And it's also going to show you a little video that I produce that explains how celiac disease happens and what foods cause it from our point of view. So there are 10 foods that you need to stop eating. 10 foods. You need to stop eating these foods yesterday, number one. And you can get that list for free by opting into my free newsletter on my website, okay?
Okay.
So you need to eliminate the 10 foods on that list from your diet immediately, number one. Number two, you need to start using table salt on your food. Start using salt on your food.
Okay.
Just salt your food so that it tastes good with regular iodized table salt. You don't have to get any fancy schmancy Celtic sea salt or Himalayan salt or nothing like that. Just normal iodized table salt. Start using it liberally to make your food taste good. Okay, that's number two. Number three, what we need to do here is give your body the raw materials that the stomach and your throat and everything else in your body, quite frankly, needs in order to fix itself. Because everything that we do here, Kathy, is built upon the fundamental belief that the human body knows how to fix itself and that the human body wants to fix itself, but it needs certain raw materials to do that. We can't get these raw materials from food. So we have to be supplementing with raw materials, vitamins and minerals and stuff that the body needs in order to get over the hump of this Barrett's esophagus, okay? Pay no attention to this prescription medication. Now, I can't prescribe this medicine in Kentucky, so I guess, you know, you could make the legal argument that neither can I tell you to stop taking it. But if you were my patient in Connecticut, or Washington or any of the other states where naturopathic doctors can be licensed, and I was licensed there, and you were my patient in one of those states, I would tell you not to take this medicine, to stop taking it. But I can't tell you to do that because you're in Kentucky. Do you understand that?
Oh, I understand it totally.
Okay, good girl. All right, now the next thing you need is that you need to get, how much do you weigh, Kathy? How's your body weight?
About 150.
Okay, you need one healthy digestion pack. One healthy digestion pack.
Okay.
One Cal Toddy, and that's Caltoddy. One Cal Toddy.
Okay.
And 3 selenium. 3 selenium. One healthy digestion pack, 1 Cal Toddy, and 3 selenium. The people at that number that I gave you will tell you how much that all costs. We'll give you the wholesale price, tell you how much it costs, and they'll also tell you how to take it. I want you to take that stuff every day for 14 days and stop eating those 10 bad foods immediately. Once you've dialed all this in for 2 weeks, call me back with a report, and I am going to make you the poster child for Barrett's esophagus recovery, and I'm going to make you the most famous woman in all of Kentucky. Thanks, everybody. We're out of time. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. See you Monday.